Beyond this barbed wire, Myanmar is only a few meters away. We're in Mae Sot, a small town on the Thai side of the border. The 60,000 Burmese refugees here know that their country is in lockdown, imposed by the military junta since the first February coup. They're able to speak more freely on this side of the border.
We don't want a coup. The army should leave.
The Burmese here flash the three-finger salute, which has become a symbol of Asian pro-democracy protests.
We're going to win this time.
All along the border and in Mae Sot's market, the Burmese migrants are angry and united like never before.
All the Burmese people here support the movement. Everyone contributes from their pockets, and we send the money to Myanmar to help them.
They provide not only financial help, but also logistic and digital support. From a discreet location, an association of former Burmese political prisoners is running low-profile operations, hidden from the junta's spies. Created 20 years ago, this organization identifies human rights violations on the other side of the border. They've just received a video of violence by pro-junta gangs.
They are group from the military court, so there's a peaceful demonstration.
The army has to be driven out of the system. In the coming months, things will only get worse. There will be more violence and arrests of protesters.
Thanks to new technology, we can show many things. This wasn't possible in 1988. It's a great opportunity for us, and we can get closer to victory this time.
1988, the year which changed the course of Burmese history and announced Aung San Suu Kyi to the world. This exiled activist was amongst the students who fought the army for months. An ultra-violent crackdown led to the death of 3,000 people and a 14-year prison sentence for him. Today, he's back in action, helping current protesters.
We, the former political prisoners, are collecting signatures from all the Burmese immigrants. We'll send them to international human rights organisations. The only sentence that the generals deserve is the rope, and I want to be the one to hang them.
In these border villages, there's another group actively supporting the protesters in Myanmar. The Karens, an East Burmese ethnic community numbering 5 million, have been persecuted by the junta for decades. Many regularly cross over to Thailand to get treatment in this dispensary run for 30 years by this Karen woman.
2019 October, just before COVID. They had 3 boys, 2 girls. 3,000 health workers working in the Eastern Burma and access almost 750,000 population. Actually, to dream for peace and democracy, we need to protect human rights and then join together to resist the military and also to empower the people.
The February coup has revived tensions between the army and the ethnic rebels who support the protesters. The Karen resistance, with 5,000 fighters, is the oldest guerrilla group in the world. Despite a ceasefire in 2011, the Burmese army's acts of violence against them never really stopped. Since the coup, they have even intensified, leading to an increase in internal refugees. An American evangelical NGO has been secretly operating in the region since 1997, helping this partly Christian community. They are currently in the heart of inaccessible Karen-controlled jungles. We managed to reach them via satellite connection.
The very first thing we saw before we got to the village was kids hiding in the jungle. The Burma army started shelling because they started coming, and the Burma army came and shot a girl. She ran away. They shot her in the back of the head and in her back, killed her. They're attacking the Karen people, the civilians, men, women, children, babies, villages, shooting at them, but 2 killed them.
The impact of the current pro-democracy movement and the army crackdown has been felt not only in Yangon and other big Burmese cities, but also across the country. In this small school, most of the pupils are Burmese. These children and their teacher are anxious about the events on the other side of the border.
I'm calling my home, but I can't call until they are cutting again internet. Today I didn't connect with my family. I worry a bit.
I want to help the protesters.
I admire Aung San Suu Kyi. She is a strong, hard-working, brave woman, and she takes care of her people. In the future, I would like to become like her.
A stark message for the generals. The roots of resistance are strong.